You know, one thing I'm gonna do, I think it's recording. Whatever. Alright, so welcome back to another riveting episode of... Oh, okay, your computer's fucked up. Oh, don't... You're gonna knock the camera over!
Anyway, we're back.
See, the whole reason why we're using Michael's... what the fuck... Whatever. So, it's been... I think the last video we made was Sochi, I'm pretty sure. No, sorry, it was the, whatchamacallit?
It was roughly a year ago, folks.
No, it was the fucking... What was the one that we tried to do that we couldn't release? The podcast one.
The podcast.
That was the
top
list.
videos.
Yeah.
Yes.
The superhero movie list, which will never be made at this point because we've tried making that video at least 3 times now over the course of 3 years, and we've never been able to successfully make it.
The universe does not want us to tell.
Is this thing recording?
Of course it is. The red light's blinking.
What red lights?
Gotcha, there is no red light.
Oh, aren't you funny? So yeah, we're coming to you from actually a better quality camera this time. But you'll notice that the next video is gonna look like shit. Sorry. For the fucking, again, like, you know what? We had to have like you know how like the schmoes, remember that?
Yeah, I know the schmoes.
They call it like the schmoville or whatever.
Yeah.
We had to have like a fucking like a name for the people who, like the 2 people that follow us.
I was gonna say.
Oh, a phone call. So, on today's episode, so what was I going with this? Yeah, so it's been about a few months since we recorded our last video. And the reason why it's been so long is because I have since graduated from university. So, I'm no longer able to see him all the time, unfortunately. So,
and unfortunately, I'm still here.
Yeah, he's almost done, though. So, you'll have your comeuppance soon enough.
So close.
But I figured that it'd be nice because I'm actually in town this weekend, and I was actually supposed to be coming down tomorrow to see some friends, but I thought I could come down a night early, record a couple mock episodes, and then we still have time, because I'm leaving at 11, so my friends picking me up, so we have at least another 3 hours to record another couple episodes and then grab a drink.
Sweet.
So in today's episode, or the good quality episode, as it'll be known, because my camera sucks, we only have about 17 minutes worth of recording time, and we've already wasted about 3 of that just in the introduction. So today we're going to be talking about, what are we talking about, Michael?
Old soccer stories from our youth, I think, is what we're going to say.
So it's no surprise to literally anyone that
Kevin's an athlete.
No, that we're, I was going to say that we're sports fans.
Oh.
Michael is just more a hockey fan. As where I'm more well-rounded in my likes, liking baseball, football, basketball, other kind of sports aside from hockey, which Michael thinks aren't real. But alas, we should probably talk louder so the microphone picks us up, by the way. I hate to record.
How deflated are you about the Patriots win?
The Patriots?
Patriots.
Yeah, because I'm a Bills fan, regrettably. So I realize how much of a douchebag Tom Brady and Bill Belichick are. But I think the whole thing, and let me tell you, I'm not a fan of Bill Paxton, of Tom Brady. What the fuck am I saying? I'm not a fan of Tom Brady.
We're not even drunk yet.
I know. He's a complete and total arrogant asshole, and I think that he's vastly overpaid for what he does. But I know you reached 9 conference championships in 13 years of playing the league. That's pretty impressive.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and we'll get to the soccer stories in a minute. But hold on, weren't they caught having cameras in the visitors' room? There was a couple of years ago where they were filming the defensive plays for the visiting team. I don't know what the team was, I can't remember, but I know they got fined for it. So there was a similar incident where they were kind of caught in some trouble. But the problem is that I think this is a case of a total irrelevant story, because if you beat down a team like the Patriots did to the Colts 45-7, that has nothing to do with deflated balls. That has to do with the shitty quarterback in Andrew Luck. And his deflated balls.
Literally. Zing.
Kukarakachu.
Oh, we're bringing that back, thank God. So that's my stance on that is I do dislike the Patriots, but I find that this story is just so irrelevant because when you have a score as substantial as that one, it shouldn't really matter what the balls were. And you know what? The NFL is investigating it, but if it's true that the NFL referees had to actually inspect the balls and the equipment managers had to inspect the balls before the game, and they said it was okay, on the NFL's watch, that's their fucking problem. But I do notice that there was a press conference where Tom Brady was a little bit more serious in his denotion of him saying he knows nothing about what happened, as opposed to when it first was released and he was kind of just laughing about it. So that's kind of interesting how his whole tone changed.
Because you know what, the team got to him and the media trainers got to him.
I just think that I'm excited for the Super Bowl. You're not going to be in Oakville. I'm actually having the guys over for Super Bowl Sunday, which would have been nice.
Same guys from New Year's?
No, actually, well, 2/3 of them.
Okay, good.
But the whole thing is that we're going to just, regarding soccer.
Yes, let's talk about that. That's what the title is.
You and I coached the team a couple years ago. Coming up on a year and a half now. It's going to be 2 years in the summer.
Yeah.
That seems like it was just yesterday. The whole point of that whole coaching experience, it reminded me of what it was like being a little bit older than the kids were. We were 10 years old when we were playing the same soccer league.
I think we were younger than that. The first year was like around 7. Because it was my first team, yeah.
So I just coaching those kids and seeing the kids on the team that were like me and the kids that were like you.
Yep.
Was a pretty polarizing experience.
There was one kid that was, I kid you not, swimming on the field.
That was me.
That was a Kevin kind of move.
That was a kind of me.
And we always make this joke whenever we go out about, oh, you played soccer together. And we weren't that close back in the day. And there was always a joke where, and you're going to hate this now that the whole world, aka our 2 viewers, will know. I was like,
the fucking Mockville people.
I always joked, I'm like, well, the thing was, I always hung out with the good players.
Which is not me. So that's why we weren't friends until much later.
Now we're here.
And now we're here. But it's just funny to think of just like how things, like how being a coach kind of changes your mentality on the sport, and seeing like a miniature version of what you were as a kid on the field was kind of fucked up, and there was that one kid who actually knew how to play soccer and like cried when he didn't score a goal, and I'm like, holy fuck, kid, you need to calm the fuck down. But he was a good player.
Kind of reminded me of Sidney Crosby a little bit.
Yeah, because he was a little fucking punk bitch.
Anyway.
Well, props to you, Dad, if you're fucking watching this. Your kid sucked, but I did.
The score? He was amazing.
No, I like the kid's dad who owned the fucking Domino's. And we fucking made pizza.
Anyway.
Awesome.
Oh boy,
that was pretty cool.
But to make pizzas, kids.
That was actually, and then I just remember your dad was there for that.
Yeah,
why the fuck was he there?
I needed a ride. No, he also, because the family, because when we were close to one of the players, number 4.
You were friends with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
His aunt went to high school with us. Anyway, so we played. We played soccer, and I have a lot of hockey stories rather than soccer stories, but because Kevin can't really.
I can't relate because I never did play hockey.
Right. So
loser.
So now.
But I'm skinny now.
Good for you. So soccer now.
Not nearly as good as
you played what? Defense usually?
No, I started as a
bench warmer.
No,
you started off as a midfielder.
I did because when I was a kid, before I got fat, I was actually a pretty agile kid. I was a decent runner. So I played midfield up until the point where I started getting fat, and then I played defense because I was too lazy. I remember giving myself the nickname Iron Curtain because I thought I was like such a good defenseman, and then I just get like pegged in the face with the ball, and then I'm like, yeah, fucking Iron Curtain, bitch. Nothing gets by this.
You're like the Dion Phaneuf of soccer.
No, because I didn't change an iPod to be named Captain. What the fuck is going on out there? It's crazy. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I don't know. I have the window open, so
that's why.
We can hear everything.
But basically the whole point of talking about these soccer stories is because just sitting here with Michael, it reminds me that we do have a pretty decent friendship. I mean, we don't hate each other.
I'm just going to see how much time is on this thing.
How much time's left? What's it say?
We have recorded 9 minutes and 18 seconds.
So we have about another 10 minutes. Okay,
roughly.
Cool. So the whole point of doing this video was because, that's the thing, Michael and I are good friends. We don't hate each other, which I can say for most of you watching this, you have friends that you hate, let's be honest.
We all have that special someone.
That's not me. But the whole point of these videos are it's just kind of like look back on all of our fun times together. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because we started making these videos in 2011.
We were bored.
you came up to me with the idea of this whole thing. Oh,
yes.
No, you came up with the idea. No, you came up with the name and the original intro were the Hangover 2 song.
Yeah.
That was
the
all
thing
you.
was, though, I wanted it kind of like The View, where there was 4 of us, but of course there were 2 friends that were just unreliable.
Not me, surprisingly.
He's here.
Because I'm still here, bitches.
So that was this. That was the original thing, and we would talk.
The original format. Who's going to be on it? You, me,
Simon, and then Nolan, maybe Tree. Nolan/Tree. We didn't know which one were going to make the cut.
Neither of them did. No, 3 of them did. So fuck you guys. But no, like the thing with that is it would have been nice. And we've contemplated the idea, or not you, I have contemplated the idea of having the guys come in on an episode.
We did have my good buddy Matt, which we will talk about in a minute when it comes to
that
our...
video has fucking no views. Thanks, Butch. Fucking killed our... No, you know what?
Our 50 view streak.
No, your fucking Harry Potter video has like 150 views now.
Yeah. Well, because you know what?
Because every person in your department fucking...
Well, no, that and I tagged Harry Potter in it.
Yeah, so you gotta work better on the tag in these videos.
I like that was your
talking about
job.
our editing while we're
that was your job. See, you got a behind-the-scenes view
of what happens.
Of what's happening.
Up, yeah.
Like we were talking about soccer stories, but we don't really have much to share.
You guys aren't even seeing what this canvas being propped off from right now. Talking about a fucking budget. It's a water bottle. Yeah, so there goes our fucking magic of editing. It's propped up on a fucking water bottle that's half drinking. So, we got that going for us. But at least the quality's better, so that's pretty interesting. I'm gonna be actually so mad if this video turns out to be like shit, though.
We got that going for us.
So yeah, but that's like, what was the point of this video? I've completely lost concept. It was a brilliant idea, but I just have no real good stories except for the fact that you hated me as a kid. So, but no, like, you know what, it's just, yeah, stay tuned for our other video, it'll be way better.
You'll wear another hat.
Yeah, but you know what, it's funny to this day. Was your reaction to that legitimate?
What?
Like your hysterical laugh.
Yeah.
No, like, not now. But I'm talking about like the first video we made, and I'm like, if you want to see more hats, you like literally.
Because you're wearing this ridiculous Charlie Sheen looking hat.
Everyone likes it except for you.
Well, you were like, well, you know, we don't have much going for us, but come and see, because I'll have different hats on week to week.
You know what? It's funny. I never told you this. I made a couple episodes of my own individual show.
Really?
In the first year of university.
Really?
When you were still at Mac.
Is it called What Grinds My Gears?
No.
Because I remember watching it.
It was called Kevin the Ginge or something like that.
And you deleted all the videos.
Oh, that channel's way old. But the only funny part of it...
Can we look at it?
No, I deleted them. Fuck. This was a while ago. But the funny thing was that I did make the effort to wear a different hat in every episode. Whoa. So that was actually before, because that was before we made Mock.
Yeah.
So, but no, the Grinds My Gears one was actually a really funny story. What happened with that? I was going to go to the movies. I think I'm asking you my life story. I was supposed to go to the movies with a friend, and he ended up bailing, and I was mad. And the irony is that I was also a big flake, and I'm working past that. But it was funny because I made this video, as opposed to like talking to someone, like I could have easily just called up one of my friends and just be like, man, I'm so pissed off right now. Instead I make a fucking video about it.
So I'm at my old school.
Yeah, what happened? So
I'm in the library, and I'm on YouTube because why study? And so I see this video that pops up on,
and you're like,
and I'm like, that looks a lot like Kevin the Ginge or whatever. I'm like, no. And so there's Kevin adjusting his shot. Do you know what really grinds my gears? When fuckers don't go to the movies. And I'm in the quiet wing of the library. I couldn't stop. Oh my god.
Yeah, you fucking killed yourself.
Oh my god. So I call him and I'm like, please tell me what I just saw was actually what I just saw.
No, it was legitimate.
So, yeah.
Okay, go check how much time we have left.
Yes, that's a good idea. We have about 2.5 minutes.
Is that all it says?
Yeah, 14 minutes and 22 seconds. Well, now 30. So...
Wait. What does it say on the camera?
That we have recorded for 14 minutes and 34 seconds.
Does it have any timer on it? Like, for, like, how much is left on the memory card?
No.
Okay. Well, then...
Just 2 bars in the battery power.
Alright, well then...
See, people always complain that, like, oh my gosh, on their phone, I have only 2 bars. Hey, look, alcoholics, they only need 1 bar.
How long are you going to use that joke?
I was waiting for the right time.
Are you an alcoholic? Well, you know what? It's easy to be an alcoholic when you get drunk off half a pint.
Dude, the full pint. Full pint.
Fucking
full pint, man.
But you know what? It's like just talking about friendship and shit. And,
this is literally going to be named the No Name episode because we have talked about jack shit. You have wasted about 15 minutes
the fuck is everything else
of your life watching this. If you've stayed, I'm judging you.
See, you know what's really sad is I'm gonna be the one asshole who's gonna watch this entire episode all over again, and just hearing you say you have no life, I'll be like, oh, but I did this with you. But no, like the whole, I guess it's not really a No Name episode. It's just a collection of things that we are catching up on because it's been a while, and we talked about our favorite movies last time, which garnered no attention because no one gives a shit about us. Let's be real.
Self-aware episode. That's what this movie's like.
It's very existential, this episode, because we're aware of what the fuck we're doing, but we still do it because it's a fun thing to do before you go to the bar. But I think the point of this episode was that soccer is a really fun way to do something. Like, it's just like there's no point to what I'm saying right now.
You know what they say? Everybody's from somewhere doing something.
Exactly. It's so vague and shit. But like, you know what? I will say, it's good to be back. You're gonna expect at least 2 episodes from us for the next year. Let's believe
in the next 360 days, or 300 and like what?
So,
30
and
days.
you know what? It's funny because eventually we'll have other people on the show. Maybe, probably not. But it'd be really cool to have other guests on here that we can like just like shoot the shit with and like see what they're doing with their lives, and then like by comparison, like we're way cooler. So be sure to wait for that.
Oh my gosh, we should have talked about New Year's.
No, because like the reason why I would want to talk about this on camera. Yeah, let's wrap up. So thanks again for watching. I don't know what the fuck this was, but my name's Kevin anyway, and that's Michael. He didn't really talk much this episode because I kind of did most of the talking. But yeah, anyway. Lots of talk on Mog. Fucking peace out, bitches. And I'm gonna fucking turn this off now. Bye.